We have a new week of new makeup. Some is just stuff that I want to talk about that we kind of tackled last week. Some of them are new nudes, and some of them, if I just look through it, are I'm still in the process of really making up my mind of those. So in total, there's not a lot I want to talk about. So without any further rambling, I'd say let's just get into these products. So the first one is part of a new release from Shellewe Makeup. Last week I showed you just a screenshot from the palette, and we will talk about the palette in a second, but I kind of ignored the fact that in this collection there are also two contour palettes. So these palettes are, what are they called? Just contour and highlight palette, and they come in two shades. We have Luperca, I think is the right pronunciation, which is better suited for cool toned olive skin, featuring a pinkish white brightening shade and two contour shades with cool ashy undertones. That just sounds so much like this is meant for me. And then we have Lilith, that works best for neutral to warm undertones and deeper skin tones, with a neutral gray nose contour shade that doesn't lean to green. Its yellow brown green undertones are precisely balanced. The deeper shade carries a subtle warm tone. Honestly, when I just look at these palettes, Luperca is definitely the one for me. I would absolutely love to try this. They look stunning. They look awesome, honestly, and I really like them. If you want to try these, they are carried on Lookhealthystore, of course. They're carried on LC Beauty Mall, and they of course are carried on Shellwe Makeup. I am affiliated with all three of these, so no matter where you would like to buy them, make sure you use a code, preferably my code, of course, but if you want to support any other creator, you're good to do that too. I just wanted to let you know. If you want to shop, I have a code ELLAGRAM that saves you 12% on Lookhealthystore. I have the code ELLAGRAM_makeup with C Beauty Mall that saves you 5%. And I have ELLAKINKLEY that saves you 10% on Shellwe Makeup itself. And in all of these three stores, you can also get the palette that is in that collection. It's the Misty Spirit. As said last week, we only had the screenshot. And here I have now the full image of the palette, and this image and also the images of the contour palettes are done by Freya86_FF on Instagram. If you don't follow her, do it. Mwah, she's chef's kiss. And I think with these clearer images here of the palettes, it just fits to what I said last week. This type of palette is just not for me. I now understand what's meant by this weird description of the metallic shades, but it's not for me. When we look at the swatches here from Freya, let's be honest, these swatches, I nearly lost it. I nearly peed my pants because the swatches are really up my alley. But I'm just questioning if the palette itself is going to be up my alley too, because in certain light, it just looks like it would not fit me. Right now, I'm not planning myself to pick it up. If I get this at some point in PR, maybe from Lookhealthystore, I would be happy to test this and the contour palette, of course. I mean, more the contour palette than the eyeshadow palette, but from the swatches, what I've seen here, I am pretty sure that this is going to be an eyeshadow formulation that is going to be very intense, maybe even a little bit harder to work with when it comes down to the technique that I usually do. When I see these eyeshadows, I honestly think that these might be the best to use concentrated all over the lid, blended out, and then topped off with some kind of shimmer, or just left like that. So a typical, I don't want to say like once and done look, but not a look where you combine a lot of shades. So actually, the more I talk about this, the more I talk myself into this, which is really problematic because this video is here to not talk you into something. But let's just say I'm interested, and I wouldn't deny the PR, But long story short, I really would like to try the contour palette. For the eyeshadow, I'm just not too sure right now. Westman Atelier kind of stepped back from what they usually do, and that is sweaty creams. And this is not meant in a negative way because I like the look of the Westman Atelier, the cream product. And they now came out with face powder duos. So there are blush duos and there are cheeks and face trace sculpting duos. Honestly, what are they meant to call? Oh, they will come out in April. So I saw somewhere that they're available here in Europe somewhere. I haven't checked in any German store, but I think some people already shared their affiliate codes with any type of store. I don't know what they will cost. Since this is Westman Atelier, I assume it's like between 60 and 70 bucks. And honestly, the duo, I think it's called, oh, it doesn't have a name. It's just the shade names, how the duos are called. Paddle and Biscuit is like the most perfect combination of them all. I mean, Jam and Biscuit would have been a little bit better in my opinion, so I wish we could just mix and match these. But that combo of Paddle and Biscuit, y'all, I am really close on getting these. How good can Westman Atelier powder cheek products be? Do they have powder cheek products? I think they have a bronzer in the little 5-gram compact. Not too sure. I have... Do I still have these? Wait a second. Oh yeah, I have one of the powders. I already used up one powder and I still have the baby pink one left. It has a massive pan, so it's nearly empty. But other than that, Westman Atelier is more specializing on glowy makeup, very, very sweaty looking makeup. A look that you really have to like to fall in love with this. Plus the fact that they're very, very pricey for what you get. So, for example, the face powder is, I think, 85 euro for 5 grams of product, which is fucking insane compared to brands like Guerlain, where I pay 90 bucks for 35 grams of loose powder. So, think about that. I have to make up my mind about these. I am really, really not sure. I think if I would get them, I would get the duo with Paddle and Biscuit, and I would definitely wait for at least 20% off sale. Westman Atelier is the easiest to get here in Germany at the online store called Niche Beauty. Wait a second, are they already on Niche Beauty? Because they have constantly 20% off sales. Oh, they are available on the website from Westman Atelier. They are not available on the shop. It's the website itself, but they're $75. So I guess they will sell for at least 70 euro here in Germany. Yeah, definitely a product I would wait for a 20% off sale once it lands on Niche Beauty, and I think with 20% off, I would buy this. On March 26th, Gloss Gods will finally come out again with a beautiful, colorful, Northern Lights inspired 12 pan eyeshadow palette in their regular format. Honestly, this palette, it's called the Northern Lights. No, I'm sorry, it's the Dancing Lights, but it's inspired by Northern Lights. We have the palette here. Look at the palette, look at it, 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 look at it. Because when I first looked at it, I was like, no, that looks like the, nah, thank you. But the more I look at it, the more I see it, and I saw some comments, and I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what this is. Someone said this is the colorful goth inspired palette. This is the tragic night emo palette. And I'm like, shit, you're right. I will definitely pick this palette up. I am more than excited for this. I am really, really excited. So here you have swatches of the palette, and I don't want to lie to you. The mattes, not my thing. I think this palette would have been so much better if it either followed the previous models of this type of palette where you had only the shimmers, or making something like the Color of the Rain where there is just that one black shimmer. This just with something bluish, gray blue matte in there. Oh, did I say black shimmer for the Color of the Rain? I mean a black matte. That would have been so much better, but I see why they did that. So I see the vision, I see the purpose, and I can totally see how this is going to be awesome. Plus, there are pigments. So, and here I am a little bit divided because I have pigments from Gloss Gods. I have the two pigments here, Starlight and Hoarfrost, that came together with the Molten Metals collections last year. And I am really not a fan of the pigments. I think they just look very, very nice under a low light situation or a situation with a lot of reflection going on. But in real life, they look like freaking nothing. But then I saw this look here. I am well aware of the fact that this is in a studio environment, that this is in a low light situation, that this is just made to look wow, perfect. But look at her eyes. Oh, fuck me hard. Honestly, I will probably pick up both because you can either buy the palette. The palette is 50. The palette is 56 euro. This is, I think, 7 or 8 euro more than the previous palettes. So now my expectation went from here to here, because when you raise prices, I also want to have better quality. Not that Gloss Gods has bad quality, but it has a very specific formula that you really need to work with sometimes. So expectations now here, and each of the pigment is 17.95 euro or $20, and the full collection is 72 euro. So of course I will get the full collection then. What the fuck? If you want to get this too, I'm sorry that this is just such a shameless ad, but honestly I'm also a bit proud of that. That seems to be like I'm likable enough that brands like to work with me. I am affiliated with Gloss Gods, and you can save 10% with my code ELLAKINKLEY. I don't have right now the product link down below, but I will put the general affiliate link and the code down there. So when it launches and you want to get this, you can use the link and or the code. Depends on what you would like. Please just be aware, don't feel forced to buy something, you know? We do mindful purchases. I'm just very uber excited right now because Gloss Gods hasn't come out with something that tickles me in a long, long time. Their £15 palette that they brought out last year, which surprisingly was only one, was the new neutrals, I think. That was really not my alley. I skipped that. And then they had the Molten Metals, which was, oh boy, it was an amazing, or is an amazing palette. I still have it. But I'm also very excited that this is kind of back to the roots, back to the reason why I found Gloss Gods. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm really excited. Moving on to Huda Beauty, they made a big secret of, ooh, what's the thing in the bottle? And everybody was like, girl, calm, it's setting spray. Now we know it. It's a powder setting spray. I do like that idea. It's the Easy Bake, what's the full name? The new Easy Bake setting spray, aka Easy Bake in a bottle. What this basically is, it's a setting spray that has powder to it. I think this is something that has been around for a very long time, and I actually have a setting spray like that in my backup drawer because ColourPop has one too. And I haven't tried it yet because I'm currently working through the Lisa Aldrich setting spray, and I might try this afterwards because we're heading then into the summertime. So honestly, I can see how this works, and I am I am tempted to get this. So we talked about the sneak peek of these products last week too, the new Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Universe collection, I think. Oh no, it's not the Pillow Talk Universe. Amit Beauty Talk just wrote down Charlotte Tilbury's expanding the Pillow Talk universe. But I thought this is called Universe Collection. You have the Pillow Talk Beauty Soulmate face palettes, and I said it already, I think this is a weird choice to put a setting powder beneath a blush. It just makes fucking no sense. What I like is the fact that the setting powder that is in there are new shades. So the Airbrush Flawless Brightening Setting Powder come in new shades, I think. And I hope that we will get these new shades in the single compact too, because I loved the white one, and there is a pink one now included. I want to have that pink one. In that in that collection, there are also 4 new lipsticks, 2 in the matte, 2 in the kissing formula, in different shades, and all of these packages have gems on it. Do you know what my first thought was? Cheap Sailor Moon thing. I think the packaging looks very, very cheap, and I think the packaging does not hold up to the quality that you might get, because I'm not a fan of the nipple blushes of Charlotte Tilbury, the ones with the glow and the blush, cheek to cheek or something are they called. I like her one-colored blushes. The Hollywood Glide Duo with the highlight and the blush is, by the way, what I'm wearing today. And every time that I use that one color blush, I fall in love with it again because I love the formula. And if that is the formulation here too, I think these duos are quality-wise very, very high up there. But I don't like the thought of setting powder and blush in one pan or in one duo. I think it's weird. Give me at least the full face palette, like make it a setting powder, a blush, and a bronzer. But this combo, off to me. I just hope that the setting powders will then later come in singles, so I would buy one of these. But if this is a collection that's totally up to you and you like it, I'm also affiliated with Charlotte Tilbury. My link and code are in the description box down below, because the code is a weird combo of numbers, letters, and my name. And last but not least, we have a new arrival at Lookhealthystore. These are the Della Colorful Dream eyeshadow palettes. And Look Healthy writes, Della is a well-reputed and affordable smoky eyeshadow brand and very popular among young people. I like the way they look. So we have this like dark trio of palettes, and then we have some more colorful ones. Honestly, I am tempted by that last palette here in the picture because it looks stunning. And when we just look at all these palettes together, this is like the better looking version of the Charlotte Tilbury 9-pan palette that she recently came out with, the different color stories. I just checked on the Lookhealthystore website, and they have a ton of palettes from them, and they look all so interesting. There are water ripple designs that is mainly matte. Then we have romantic palettes that are like super dark smoky purples. There is a black and pink one. There are different just color stories, 9-pan, 10-pans. It seems like this is a very, very versatile brand. I put the link down below, check it out. And again, it's Lookhealthystore, so if you want to get one of these, my code will save you 12%. I myself haven't tested these, but I'm interested in testing because they look simple, but they look good. And not everything has to be super complicated. Sometimes it can be very simple too. And these are the products that interested me the most, that I had the most thoughts about. Please let me know down below what you think of these. Is there anything that tickles your freaking pickle? Just love this sentence, tickle the pickle. It's I love it. Yeah, what else do I want to say? Oh, I wanted to give you a preview every Monday what videos you can expect. Let me grab my content calendar. So, today you have the You Don't Need That Shit. On Wednesday, you get a review of the Little Miss She Never Misses palette from Blend Body Cosmetics. And on Friday, you will see the first of a new, I don't want to call it series, but I thought instead of doing just half-term favorites and yearly favorites, I want to do like the extra quarterly favorites. You know, I'm not a fan of monthly favorites because I think that's just not possible to have different favorites every month or so. But I think quarterly is quite nice because it's like very seasonal also, because the favorites for me change a lot with the change of the weather. So that is what you can expect this week. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any of the upcoming videos, and I see you soon.